going to answer that question because I got so much to say about that. And we're going to dedicate a whole show on that whole topic and things of that nature because that's really a great topic. And it can't be answered in a few minutes. We need a whole show for that. So what we're going to do is dedicate next week. We're going to talk about our sports and all that, but we're going to give a good amount of time. The vibe of next week's show is going to be towards that. So what we're going to do is get our material together for that and make it where we want it to be so it's groundbreaking.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You agree?
Yeah, and you're the person, I think you could, I think we could stir something up if we really talk about changing this narrative because that boggles all the time.
And that's why I'm saying we have to, because I agree totally with what you said about as far as why do people get passes on that. So we got to cover that. We got to cover that, right? We got to cover the way a lot of these men are raised, and then they use that as a crutch to do it to their children. We have to cover the ramifications of when you do that to a child, how they grow up and how they come back towards you in their adult years of what you did to them and how you hurt them. See, we got to cover all of that.
Okay.
I want you to write all of that down because these are the things. For me, all you have to do is ask me. I can spin off the top of my head and talk about it and be accurate with it. So I just want you to write down all those things because for me, that's my thing. Like that, like I said, I want to change that narrative. But we have to start policing our black fathers to do better.
Okay.
And that's the answer to that question in a short version.
Okay. All right. So my last question is, that would be a good one. What do you love most about, you're from the streets, as we all know, Harlem Zone, right? Many people in the inner cities don't have an opportunity to travel. What's one thing, maybe somebody's listening to this show right now and they're like, you know what? I like this dude, Tmoney, the icon. His story is similar to mine. I like the way this dude moves. You travel a lot, man.
Yes.
What's one reason people from the inner cities should travel outside of the United States?
Okay, for one, like I said, I like to read. I like to educate myself. So with me being that type of person, I like to study other cultures. So when you get outside of your place of the place of where you was born or where you live, you get to understand and experience other cultures, other food, the way other people dress, the way other people dance, the way they interact with each other, the type of communication level, everything. All of that it's different, but it's the same. So then when you travel the world and you visit other places and you realize other cultures, then you realize and say to yourself, we all as the human race. Like everybody is the same, they just do things different. So it's like, okay, like in Ethiopia, they sit down at a table and put all the food on one table. And they eat with their hands with bread.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So now, if you was to go to Ethiopia and see that, you might say to yourself, oh, wow, we sit at a table, but we eat with our own personal plates and a fork. But they all eat together off of one meal at one plate, and they sit and they talk and they vibing and they eating together. So now you're learning about a different culture. So, to travel with, and then you want to see the world. The world is beautiful. Like there's other places that when you realize like, oh my God, like, just say for instance, I'm from New York. Those big tall buildings are beautiful, but then when you go on like islands and you see the good water and the palm trees and stuff like that, and other people, you say to yourself, "Wow, this world is big."
That's really good. I'm good, man. I'm really good. This is Harlem's own Tmoney the Icon. You already know this is Billionaire Brown, and this has been another episode of Nothing's Off Limits. We'll be back next week, and I highly recommend for you guys, you can share this if you want to. That makes no big difference. But as you can see, Tmoney is very passionate. He's very adamant about changing the narrative of what's happening in our communities. So the episode that we're going to be dropping next week, we're going to come back, as he just mentioned, and we're going to touch on a few topics where we're going to change the narrative of these communities of parenting. And we're going to hit some real issues. So be back next week. Till next time, continue to be.
Motivating you to firm, fit, and fabulous. Here is our company website, www.femmefataleFitClub.BigCartel.com. We are a no-judgment zone, here to help any woman ready to take control of her health and well-being. Here's our blog, www.femmefatalefitclub.com. We offer not only personal training services and virtual fitness programs, we also offer products such as water bottles, a cute inspirational tank top for women that says #Team No Excuses, and support across our social media channels. Come join the club. Follow us on Instagram at Femme Fatale Fit Club, or join our group on Facebook at Femme Fatale Fit Club. Now back to your favorite podcast.